Life After Death was the official end of my first decade of music. And I say first decade because I'm going from my debut album in 2013. Obviously, I had been active years prior, but it was the end of that first decade of official releases, I should say. I released it on the same day um, as my debut album, exactly 10 years later. So it was like a nice start and stop. And, you know, looking back on it now, I feel like that was such a great representation um, of, of, of everything that I had went through at the time. Um, Life After Death was originally going to be a multi-disc project. I just love the idea of multi-disc, but I do fight against it a majority of the time. But instead, I ended up breaking it up into three sections: life, after, and death. And you can see it in the track list of the album because it's a 15, I believe it's 15 tracks. And when you look at the track list, it's broken up into 5, 5, and 5. The first 5 is life. The second 5 is after. The third 5 is death. And the title shared dual meaning. So obviously, life after death, self-explanatory. But my deeper meaning for it, because each one of those words was an acronym and it's broken up like that. So you can see each one is its own section. Apple Music kind of messed up my formatting a bit for the title, but it is what it is. Life meant love is for everyone. After was art for the entire room. And death was darkness, even after the help. And if I'm being, critical of myself, this was a fantastic way to end out a decade. I feel like if you were to just hear my first album in 2013 and then this album in 2023, I feel like that was extreme growth in every sense of the word, from my capability with songwriting to the actual rapping and singing itself, down to the production and engineering, because I think I produced every song on this one except for Psalm 1 and Psalm 2. I produced every track. I think Psalm 1 and Psalm 2 were produced by Tone Jones. And even then, I kind of, made my own version of those beats that he produced. And I, did my own additional production to it. So I was full swing producing songs at this point. And I had mentioned before, I deleted Burnt CD and used some of those songs elsewhere. And it was because I felt like those songs deserved more attention than I was giving them as just a companion project when I released Cam Van Gogh. And one of those big ones I felt was Martinelli's. And obviously, people that know me know I love apple juice. And I'm not an alcohol drinker at all. I've never drank, I've never smoked. But I do find a lot of use out of storytelling from those perspectives, because I feel like making something relatable to something people are genuinely going through, the story might resonate a little better. So Martinelli's was essentially a story of a couple seeking counsel and, going through therapy and stuff like that. And the drink in hand in reality is apple juice, but obviously I make allusions to it being alcohol just for the sake of the storytelling. But that's why I also named it Martinelli's, because it's an apple juice brand. And I didn't want to, overtly promote alcohol, because I'm not promoting alcohol by any means. But I did want the story to be an adult story where this is the reality for a lot of people. A lot of people do struggle with alcoholism and, they try to seek therapy for that, and it affects their relationships. It affects their marriages, things like that. So that was one where I felt like, no, I can't just put this on a companion project and just let it fall by the wayside. I have to, so took that down, stripped it back, cleaned up the production a bit, re-recorded it, rewrote some of it, and I gave it a new coat of paint. I gave it a second chance at life on the Life After Death album. So overall, there's like, obviously, yes, if I go searching for something, I can find something that I would like to improve. But this is one project where I just leave it alone and I just let it sit. And, I did my best. I put it out into the world and the reception was pretty great in comparison to, all of my other projects. I think before Fruits of My Labor, I think Life After Death was my most well-received album, even well-received commercially, in my opinion. I did so much stuff that not that I normally wouldn't do, but that I just hadn't done. I feel like I let my students help with a good majority of it. So some of the marketing clips, like the promo clips for the album, those were just ideas that my students came up with. Some of them were like classroom shenanigans and stuff like that, because I was like, this is my real life. This is where I'm at when I'm, coming up with some of these ideas, and the kids, know about it. And I felt like it was a good way to bring them into the process and, let them feel like they were a part of, the album. And, the twins, Kinley and Presley, they did some voiceover work for it. Annalise, she did some voiceover work for it. Obviously, Macy has done the beat tag. Brooks, he did some stuff. Jackson helped out with some videos. So like even the cover art. The cover art is actually just me helping the kids during recess. And one of the students had my camera because I said, hey, just get some pictures, get some videos, knock yourself out. And, we'll go through them later and see if we have anything we can use. And they caught that picture of me helping Macy up onto the monkey. Those aren't the monkey bars. I think those were the pull-up bars. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, this picture's dope. So I think it was the twins, Brooks and Macy in that picture. And, it's been years now. So they're long gone. But, it was such a nice moment that they captured. I believe it was either Jackson or Grace that took that picture, but talking to them about it and how they felt about it and everything, they couldn't understand at the time why I was blurring out their faces and stuff and why I didn't put their last names on anything that they got credit for. And I'm like, dude, people are weirdos. Like, legally, yes, we talked to your parents about it. Yeah, I can give you first name credit so you always know it's you and everything like that. But no, bro, we're not putting your last names on nothing for these weirdos to start looking y'all up and trying to do nothing, or, they see your face on here and try to figure out anything like that. So yeah, but they were, at the time, I think they were fifth graders, they're almost in high school now. So they couldn't understand it at the time, but yeah, it was just a great all around experience. Doing that project and coming up with some of those ideas and the beats that I came up with, and like the beats that I came up with. One of those it's just, I don't even know where I got the idea from. I saw a TikTok or an Instagram video that Grace Coletta, she shared. And I was like, man, that sounds nice. Grace, can I sample this? And she was like, oh, sure. Knock yourself out. And Alan Arton, he posted a video, same thing, and I heard a piano he was playing. I'm like, bro, can I sample this? And he was like, absolutely, no problem. And Meredith Bull, she had posted a TikTok, and I was like, can I sample this? And I threw all of it together, and that ended up becoming the beat for Sight. And Sight is an acronym too. And I would have to go back and look in my notes, like in the lyrics for it, to see what I actually intended for Sight to mean, because I can't think of it off the top of my head. I even had to go back and remember what I meant when I did Life After Death. But yeah, that song, one of my favorites that I've produced, because it was just, pure old school sampling, just finding clips of stuff from all these different places and bringing it together. And there actually is a version of that song with Diero Quinson and a completely different beat, it was going to be the original version of Sight. Actually, yeah. Might as well play that one. I'm going to play that and then I'll, get back into everything else.
Yeah, I believe in winning, I ain't used to ties. Got a couple grades, think I'm growing wise. This ain't my final form, this is a disguise. Trying to grow beyond my vision, I need more supplies. If you settle for lies, I'll settle for eyes. An eye for an eye, the blind man sees for the first time. If the whole world's looking for pain, I'ma show them how I plan to be part of the fifth kind. It's by design, it's taking this long. Know it, I'm on the phone, it's only about the business of my family. They saying I'm a nerd, guess that they haven't heard. I'm known as the hip-hop Stan Lee. I'm unimpressed, I notice you worth less. Don't stress on the opinions of small pests. Mama told me about harboring hate. Guess that is fate that I even entertained you in the first place. My mind, it changed, I tried, I can't pretend I'm rocking with you when I know it's not the same. My mind, it changed, I tried, I can't keep living how I'm living, I'm the only one to blame. My mind, it changed, I tried, I can't pretend I'm rocking with you when I know it's not the same. My mind, it changed, I tried, I can't keep living how I'm living, I'm the only one to blame.
I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back on. Got a type of shine to make you turn your flash on. I'm a legend in the making, I'ma last long. Now place the bet, I'm like the one you put your cash on. I'm choosing bars over melodies. I'm getting overlooked, but they don't notice me. I'ma have them shook and they can barely breathe. Barely in my prime, so you have yet to see what I'm about to do, I'm about to say. I tell you, we don't fade away. I'm a side just like my bae. Get this music with me, yeah, you know we ride it, we gon' slay. 16s, I ain't wrong, I'ma write them up today. No pen, no pad, this soft tie, let me spray. See, I got that type of energy. Want nobody stopping, they gon' finish me. Blood still pumping in my heart, that's why I'm meant to be. Hoping ain't no enemies in sight, cause then it's on sight. If you want a vibe, gotta pay the price.
My mind, it changed, I tried, I can't pretend I'm rocking with you when I know it's not the same. My mind, it changed, I tried, I can't keep living how I'm living, I'm the only one to blame. My mind, it changed, I tried, I can't pretend I'm rocking with you when I know it's not the same. My mind, it changed, I tried, I can't keep living how I'm living, I'm the only one to blame. Yeah, slid out west to escape from the monster. I duck shots like I'm paid by a sponsor. Told Drake I need time to ponder. Replay, keep the umbrella like a mobster. Cats at the ready, they dressed in all black. Rock for my city, I spit and it's not crack. Got it from the source, the message is all fact. And I need my money orange cause I think I'm all that. Dang, heard them say it ain't impressive. They only listen when I start to get aggressive. They say my discography too excessive. Deal with it, you hear the flow? Nah, that's progressive. Distraction, the best cure for disease. Big June's photos, I tell them say cheese. Wearing a smile, I'm beginning to fatigue. I hope I'm set free. They bustin', I'm ducking. They knuckin', I'm bucking. I pray to God that people don't turn nothing into something. If they bustin', I'm ducking. They knuckin', I'm bucking. I'm cautious around all other people I ain't trusting. If they bustin', I'm ducking. They knuckin', I'm bucking. I pray to God that people don't turn nothing into something. If they bustin', I'm ducking. They knuckin', I'm bucking. I'm cautious around all other people I ain't trusting. Let me be clear, I'm in fear of my decisions. Don't match the stereotype, then they taking on my provisions. How I'm supposed to trust the words of the preachers and politicians? If I make it out, then there's a bounty for me in prison that they cashing. Don't be out at night, you won't see me dough dashing. Bruce, I'm suppressing pain when I'm laughing. Put me on a banner for the records that I'm smashing. Call me Eddie Murphy, how I'm limiting the casting. Is this what you want? I don't need the feature, but I put them on the song. Gave too many chances when I know they'll do me wrong. Couldn't stop the man, now they switching to a zone. I be in the field, I won't never need a throne. How you get ignored when I'm always on the phone? You had every chance, now camaraderie is gone. 15 years, finally reaping what I sown. They bustin', I'm ducking. They knuckin', I'm bucking. I pray to God that people don't turn nothing into something. If they bustin', I'm ducking. They knuckin', I'm bucking. I'm cautious around all other people I ain't trusting. If they bustin', I'm ducking. They knuckin', I'm bucking. I pray to God that people don't turn nothing into something. If they bustin', I'm ducking. They knuckin', I'm bucking. I'm cautious around all of the people I ain't trust. You can't share your dreams with the jealous. They might gun you down if they see you overzealous. That's the part of life that the legends never tell us. Like Jesus hung with thieves but was murdered by the zealots.
Shots fired.
Turning to the man many me would've admired. I don't stop creating when I'm blessed to be inspired. That's probably the reason that I'm stressing and I'm tired of the game. This is Big 1033, look at me. Now I'm busting rhymes from A to Z. It's a sin, cardinal, put your hands where I can see. If I flinch, then it's over and they crying over me. I can't stand the rain, but it's coming when I'm gone. Living with my kin, but I gotta die alone. I'm trying to survive, hope they focus on the song. On the song. They bustin', I'm ducking. They knuckin', I'm bucking. I pray to God that people don't turn nothing into something. If they bustin', I'm ducking. They knuckin', I'm bucking. I'm cautious around all of the people I ain't trusting. If they bustin', I'm ducking. They knuckin', I'm bucking. I pray to God that people don't turn nothing into something. If they bustin', I'm ducking. They knuckin', I'm bucking. I'm cautious around all of the people I ain't trusting.
Overall, this album was the one that I think finally gave me some of that personal confirmation of I really can make good music. Not that I don't think I made some good music in the past, but obviously I always struggle with a bit of the confidence in like my production, like I mentioned. But overall, this was the one where I was like, no, I'm actually good at this. People respect me. People speak highly of me. People, look to me as one of their favorite artists. There are people that, like me as much as they like, major and mainstream artists. And most of my life, I've struggled to deal with compliments and, I'm very dismissive of them. I feel like, some of that probably comes from my upbringing and stuff. It's like, you don't get applause for doing what you're supposed to do. And in my mind, I think a lot of this has turned into what I'm supposed to do. So I struggle with anytime I'm complimented or anytime I'm praised and I don't feel like I'm deserving of it. And I feel like I always have to do more and go above and beyond and, do something that really deserves the applause in situations like that. So I think this was the first time and the first project where I really let that guard down. And I just, I was receiving of the compliments that I was giving, and the praise that I was given. And it felt really nice to, just be able to sit around and know, hey, I made this and people like it. And I'm open to receiving that like and admiration for this project. I'm not being dismissive and I'm not going, oh, well, no, I could have did better and this, that. I didn't do any of that. Could I have probably done something better? Sure, there's always room for improvement. But in that moment, this album and the work that I put into it, and probably, a lot of the work that I put into myself with trying to fix, some of my more dangerous mindsets in terms of, self-deprecation. I think doing all of that work mentally and spiritually led into the work that I was doing artistically. And I was just finally in a place where, like I said, I was open to receiving. So Life After Death, same story as most of my projects. It's always going to stick with me real heavy. I even did something super different and I got cassette tapes made of Life After Death. And they're not real cassette tapes. I went with the USB cassette tape option because it was a bit cheaper. And I felt like most people don't have cassette tape players. So, but most people do have a computer or some way of using USB. So there's a box of them in another room in the house. And I just have I have so many boxes of CDs and, these cassettes now. Where I'm just like, dude, I do wish I could sell every one of them. I think I have, 10 boxes of various CDs and I've been trying to sell them on Bandcamp for years. And I did sell some, but obviously, you order 100 CDs, and, your fan base isn't that high. I was ordering them because I wanted to have copies of my CD for myself. But obviously, looking back on it, it was not very cost efficient to spend thousands of dollars on CDs. And I didn't do it all at once. It was over, many, many years. But doing that and then not being able to sell all 100 of each, hey, but it is what it is. I'll always have them. Well, not always. Hopefully I'm able to sell them one day, but you know what I mean? I'll have them for when the moment presents itself that I am able to sell them. So yeah, I will play another song from Life After Death, and that's going to wrap this episode.
You keep saying you're gonna change, but you don't. You never do.
When I get to the bottom of this bottle, I hope you don't wanna argue, because I ain't tryna fight all night. And I know you wanna put the blame on me. At the bottom of this glass waste pain, beyond the ice, I heard my soul struggle to call my name. It's a shame that love is just a childhood game of get backs and petty actions used to broaden the flame. I never got into revenge, even Anakin changed. My nicest variant would still be a problem for Kang. I conquer fears like I'm Midas with the goddess of chains. I flow poetically to soften the emotions I sang, because it's true. I know that it's you, I know what you do. Stepping in the city like it's no curfew. You get a few shots in you, then you get amnesia. Text another man, come through, you know I need you for real. Thought we had a deal. Cheating and you lying, now you out here popping pills. Ain't no point in crying, settle up and pay the bill. Wanna argue, then let the drink spill. When I get to the bottom of this bottle, I hope you don't wanna argue, because I ain't tryna fight all night. Mama said not to go to sleep mad, so I'm tryna understand what we gotta do to make things right. And I know you wanna put the blame on me. Think it's clear, but you still don't see who we are. Yeah. When I get to the bottom of this bottle, I hope you don't wanna argue, because I ain't tryna fight all night. Mama said not to go to sleep mad, so I'm tryna understand what we gotta do to make things right. And I know you wanna put the blame on me. Think it's clear, but you still don't see who we are. Yeah. Can I open up? I've been conflicted cause she's saying I don't know enough. Not in the violence, so she's saying I don't show enough. I'm in the saving and she's saying I don't blow enough. It's like two conflicting ideals, battling wills. One fighting for love, the other's fighting for thrill. I could give her my heart, she sell it off for a meal. Told her I wanna leave, she told me I need to kill. So I'm stressed out, rapping trying to get my best out. But right now I'm in your office with my chest out. I've been thinking about if I'm to blame, because I couldn't see the signs and I thought she would change. If I break it off now, then her love is a stain. I know we can't stay together cause the feeling would change. I don't know, you the doctor, shouldn't you have a plan? Let me think as I sip on this drink in my hand. When I get to the bottom of this bottle, I hope you don't wanna argue, because I ain't tryna fight all night. Mama said not to go to sleep mad, so I'm tryna understand what we gotta do to make things right. And I know you wanna put the blame on me. Think it's clear, but you still don't see who we are. Yeah. When I get to the bottom of this bottle, I hope you don't wanna argue, because I ain't tryna fight all night. Mama said not to go to sleep mad, so I'm tryna understand what we gotta do to make things right. And